Sharon Salzberg, Real Love, The Art of Mindful Connection. In Real Love, The Art of Mindful Connection, Sharon Salzberg explores the power of narratives and mindfulness in shaping our relationships and connection with ourselves and others. Salzberg examines how faulty stories, shaped by our own experiences or others' perceptions, influence our worldview and understanding of ourselves. Through mindfulness and self-compassion, we can reframe these stories and develop a healthier outlook. The book offers insights into how to approach emotional wounds, practice kindness, navigate relationship spaces, create authentic connections, foster sympathetic joy, and embrace life's endless wonders, which can ultimately lead to an abundance of joy and happiness.
The danger of our own stories. Our brain creates cohesive narratives to make sense of our experiences, but often these stories are misleading and shape how we view ourselves and the world. Even the tales we tell about ourselves and other people can be unreliable. The book argues that we must pay attention to the angle from which we tell our stories to create healthy stories that align with reality. The summary highlights examples of how our stories shape our lives and concludes with the importance of mindfulness and self-compassion in reframing unhealthy stories. Embracing difficult emotions. Repressing our difficult emotions can prolong suffering, while embracing them can foster growth, forgiveness, and self-love. Through the experiences of the author and others, we learn how to move past shame and other painful emotions through meditation and mindfulness. We often try to repress our difficult emotions, pretending they don't exist in the hope that they will disappear. However, researchers argue that this approach is not only ineffective but may exacerbate our suffering. In her book, Sharon Salzberg reminds us that acknowledging and embracing our feelings can be a source of tremendous growth rather than prolonged suffering. Salzberg's experience at a meditation retreat following her friend's suicide is a testament to this. She initially repressed her grief, only to be encouraged by the retreat leader to release her emotions fully. By embracing her feelings, Salzberg was no longer held captive by her sadness. Shame is one emotion that can be particularly difficult to confront and release. It often makes us feel isolated and vulnerable, leading to a cycle of negative self-talk and self-isolation. However, accepting and exploring our emotions is crucial to breaking this cycle. Patty, for example, carried feelings of shame that stemmed from her parents' alcoholism. Keeping this secret caused her immense pain and damaged her self-esteem. Meditation and mindfulness practices can help us connect with our emotional wounds and move towards forgiveness. By acknowledging that difficult emotions are part of the human experience, we can embrace them and use them to foster self-love and reconnect with others. This process may be challenging, but it eventually leads to growth, forgiveness, and love. Salzberg's experience highlights the power of this approach. As a young girl, she was left alone after the death and absence of both her parents. The loneliness that ensued became a defining part of her identity until she acknowledged that it was not the only thing that defined her. She forgave her parents and learned to view them with compassion and love. In conclusion, embracing difficult emotions is a critical step towards growth and forgiveness. Through mindfulness and meditation, we can confront feelings of shame, grief, and loneliness and move towards self-love and reconnection with others. The power of kindness in building lasting relationships. In relationships, misunderstandings can occur when one person does not clearly state how they feel, leading the other to fill gaps with damaging assumptions. Practicing kindness to ourselves and others can help us dispel negative self-talk and cultivate healthier relationships. Researchers at the Gottman Institute found that kindness is the most accurate indicator of a successful marriage, especially during conflict. It may take a conscious effort to act with self-control and reevaluate notions of fairness, but by co-sponsoring each other, we can create a collaborative, supportive relationship. Navigating relationship spaces. Do you struggle to navigate the space between you and your loved one? This space is filled with our individual needs and vulnerabilities, which can lead to conflict. However, filling this space with positive emotions can strengthen connections and lead to personal development. Psychologists John and Julie Gottman found that successful couples approach differences of opinion with the assumption of good intentions and create emotional safety. By navigating this space with honesty and kindness, we can love with less fear and honor our individual needs while strengthening our relationships. The healing power of being present. It is natural to want to fix and heal our loved ones when they are going through tough times. However, offering unsolicited advice and trying to be a superhero can often do more harm than good. Instead, we should simply be present and resist the urge to put pressure on them by living up to our expectations. Releasing ourselves from these expectations benefits us too by allowing us to receive love and connect with others. We should stop expecting someone else to make us whole and take responsibility for our own healing. This understanding deepens our connections with others, leading to mutually satisfying relationships. Embracing sympathetic joy. Learning how to celebrate someone else's success instead of letting jealousy take over can lead to increased happiness and strong connections with others. This involves identifying our vulnerabilities, practicing self-compassion, and challenging the idea of limited resources. Shifting our mindset towards abundant joy benefits not only ourselves but also our relationships. The feeling of jealousy is all too familiar to many of us. When someone close to us accomplishes something great, it can feel like there's not enough success to go around. However, there is a way to overcome this negative emotion and even benefit from other people's happiness, a concept known as sympathetic joy. To experience sympathetic joy, we first need to examine what's preventing us from celebrating someone else's success. This often involves identifying our own vulnerabilities and addressing them with self-compassion. Rather than scolding ourselves for feeling jealous, we must be patient and kind, even taking a humorous approach to own our difficult feelings. The final step in embracing sympathetic joy is to challenge the idea of limited resources. By recognizing that there are many potential sources of joy in the world, including the success of others, we can open ourselves up to an abundance mindset. This not only increases our own happiness but also strengthens our connections with others. Research has shown that how we respond to good news from our partners is crucial in maintaining healthy relationships. Rather than dismissing their success, we should celebrate it and share in their joy. This not only benefits our relationships but also uplifts our own mood. Overall, embracing sympathetic joy involves shifting our mindset towards abundant joy, which benefits not only ourselves but also those around us. By identifying our vulnerabilities, practicing self-compassion, and challenging the idea of limited resources, we can learn to celebrate someone else's success and experience increased happiness as a result. The power of compassion. Modern life can lead us to operate on autopilot and miss opportunities for connection. Offering acts of kindness not only helps others but also increases our own happiness. It is easy to show compassion to those we love, but harder to do so for those we dislike or fear. However, valuing our similarities over our differences helps foster compassion and ultimately increases everyone's happiness. Discovering happiness in life's small moments. Happiness is not only found in big milestones but also in small moments and even difficult emotions. Repressing emotions like anger inhibits happiness, and acknowledging them is key to letting go of them constructively. Embracing life as an adventure, appreciating it for what it is, and staying curious about the world connects us to the interconnected web of life and floods us with joy every day. We often link happiness with achieving significant milestones like landing a dream job, owning an apartment, finding the right partner, or having children. However, the truth is that life-changing happiness occurs on a smaller scale. The journey to happiness lies in embracing life for what it is and finding joy in small moments. We often repress emotions like anger in the hope of avoiding confrontation, but it's a false economy since denying our emotions inhibits happiness. Instead, acknowledging and letting go of our frustrations in constructive ways is key to happiness. For instance, a messy housemate can be frustrating, but confronting the problem constructively and taking action is the solution. Difficult moments often arise when life falls short of our expectations, and we feel let down. However, we must open our hearts and embrace life as an adventure to combat these moments. Salzberg's missed opportunity to photograph a rainbow in Santa Fe serves as an example. After berating herself for not buying a new phone on time, she witnessed two women admiring the beautiful pink clouds instead of the rainbow. Letting go of her disappointment and embracing the moment resulted in a sense of wonder and flooding joy. Embracing life's wonders enables us to connect with the world and others, as shown by Piff and Keltner's experiment on awe and connection. Students who gazed at eucalyptus trees for 1 minute were more likely to help a stranger who had tripped than those who had been looking at a concrete building. Staying curious about our emotions, the people around us, and the world we occupy reminds us that we belong to the same diverse and interconnected web of life. In conclusion, happiness is a journey that entails embracing life's small moments and even difficult emotions. By acknowledging our emotions constructively, staying curious about the world, and embracing life as an adventure, we can experience floods of joy every day, and a more fulfilling life.
Sharon Salzberg's Real Love encourages readers to consider how our personal narratives and other stories have shaped our lives and emotional well-being. By engaging in mindfulness, self-compassion, and re-examining interpretations of our experiences, we can work towards fostering healthy relationships, embracing emotional vulnerabilities, and fostering kindness and joy. This holistic message empowers individuals to take control of their narratives and emotional lives, ultimately achieving deeper connections with others and a greater sense of happiness. Embrace the power of mindful connection and witness the transformation in your relationships and outlook on life.